When boiling eggs, never cook them directly in water. I'm certain millions of people are wasting their time and ruining the true quality of their eggs. Today, I'll show you how to boil eggs the 5-star restaurant way. The eggs will stay fresh and tender, with creamy yolks that are never dry, and most importantly, the shells will peel off 3 times faster, coming off with just one touch. Watch the video to see how. Eggs are one of the most familiar foods in every family's kitchen. Whether boiled, fried, or steamed, eggs are always a quick and nutritious breakfast for the whole family. But have you ever wondered, how clean are the eggs we buy? At first glance, the eggshells may look shiny, but on that surface, there may be hiding countless things that are invisible to the naked eye. Dirt, chicken droppings, and harmful bacteria. If not washed properly, when cooking eggs, these bacteria can penetrate inside, causing the risk of intestinal infections, even blood poisoning, especially in the elderly and children. So, before putting eggs in the pot, take 5 minutes to clean them thoroughly. First, we add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Sprinkle evenly. Then add a little salt. And finally pour water to cover the eggs in the basin. What you need to do now is soak them for 5 minutes so that the salt and baking soda can clean them. Baking soda helps the stains to peel off easily. Salt has a good disinfecting and cleaning effect. This way, it is easy to remove bacteria in the safest way. After soaking for the required time, we use a towel to gently wipe the eggs clean. When a hen lays an egg, the egg must pass through a passage called the cloaca to be laid. The cloaca is also responsible for excretion. Therefore, the dirt on the egg's surface may include chicken feces, feathers, and other contaminants. These pollutants, along with the adhesion of pathogenic microorganisms such as Escherichia coli and Salmonella, can pose a risk. Now let's wash the eggs one more time to make sure they are clean. One thing to note, most people usually store eggs in the refrigerator. Therefore, before boiling, it is best to soak the eggs in clean water for about 10 minutes. This helps balance the temperature, avoiding the eggs from being thermally shocked when put directly into boiling water. If boiled immediately, the shell will easily crack. The egg white will stick to the shell and be very difficult to peel. Now, place the steamer pot on the stove and add about 1 liter of water. Next, add a small amount of salt to the pot and stir until fully dissolved. The salt raises the boiling point of the water, allowing the eggs to cook more evenly. Then, carefully place the eggs into the steamer basket. When we boil chicken or duck eggs directly in water, you've probably noticed that they often crack or the white and yolk spill out once the water boils. This not only reduces the flavor, but is also very wasteful. Some eggs are even extremely hard to peel, ruining their appearance. Now, place a small bowl in the center of the steamer. Add a splash of vinegar and a pinch of salt to the bowl, then stir until the salt dissolves. These 2 ingredients help the shell separate more easily. Since eggshells are made of calcium carbonate, they react with the acetic acid in vinegar, softening the shell so it practically falls off with a gentle tap. The salt in the bowl helps the steam distribute heat better during steaming, resulting in tastier eggs. An appropriate amount of salt can also increase electrolyte levels in the body, which is good for your health. The presence of these 2 seasonings also makes the eggs taste softer and more delicious. Now, turn the heat to high and bring the water to a full boil. The gentle heat from the steam gradually cooks them, no need to worry about starting in cold or hot water. This method allows the eggs to cook slowly and evenly, preventing the shells from cracking due to sudden temperature changes. With steaming, your eggs stay perfectly intact, beautifully shaped, and absolutely delicious. Once the water comes to a full boil, reduce the heat to medium. For soft-boiled eggs, steam for about 6 minutes. For fully hard-boiled eggs, 11–12 minutes is ideal. The exact time may vary slightly depending on the number of eggs. Overcooking triggers chemical changes inside the egg, making it dry, less flavorful, and harder to digest. After the time is up, remove the lid. You'll immediately notice a delightful egg aroma, rich and appetizing, with no fishy smell at all. Many people peel eggs while they're still hot, but that's exactly why the shell sticks and the white tears. Instead, prepare a bowl of cold water. This is the magic step every chef swears by for easy peeling. As soon as you take the eggs out of the steamer, plunge them straight into the cold water. The sudden temperature drop causes the shell to contract and separate quickly from the white. Not only does this keep the eggs perfectly shaped without cracks, it also cuts peeling time dramatically. Protein naturally expands when hot and contracts when cold, making the shell practically slide off. Let the eggs sit until they're completely cool to the touch. If you try to peel them while still warm, the white will stick and tear, wasting part of the egg and wasting your time. Now, let's peel one. Gently tap the egg with the back of a knife to create a horizontal crack around the middle. Peel a small section, then lightly tap again. Look at that! The shell comes off effortlessly in big pieces, with no white sticking to it. The egg looks gorgeous. The white is perfectly intact, tender, smooth, and springy. You can also tap lightly along the length of the egg and peel the same way. Tip number 2. Tonghulu eggs. I prepared 4 fresh chicken eggs. I cracked the eggs into a large bowl. Next, carefully separate the egg yolks into 4 small bowls using a spoon. Next, I placed the pan on the stove, added some butter, and then used a spoon to spread the butter evenly across the surface of the pan. Once the pan was hot, I placed 2 skewers on the pan and gently poured 2 egg yolks onto one end of each skewer. To make the dish more appealing, I sprinkled some sesame seeds on the surface of the egg yolk. Then, I chopped a few sprigs of green onions and sprinkled them on top. Finally, I sprinkled a little salt and some black pepper on top to enhance the flavor and complete the dish. Next, I covered the pan and fried it over low heat for about 2 to 3 minutes. 3 minutes have passed. The finished product is now complete. If you prefer a more thoroughly cooked egg yolk, gently flip the skewers with a spoon and continue frying for a few more minutes. Personally, I really like the egg yolks to be soft, creamy, and slightly runny. So, I turned off the heat immediately and gently transferred the skewers to a plate. Look at them! The golden skewers, sprinkled with toasted sesame seeds and fresh green onions, look so appetizing. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends and family. Goodbye, and see you in the next videos.